lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, I'm taking a break. Ooh, I spent about 2 hours in that first shop there. That Crackleberry, that's what it is, Crackleberry Farm. I'll put the description in here somewhere. There was so much to see in that place. And then, of course, the second venue was in Strasbourg, where I actually had an ulterior motive for heading in this direction. I came to visit a friend who has opened up a restaurant, and just like a little lunch counter kind of a thing. So now what's going to happen is I've stopped to get a little tiny coffee. You know what's so funny is years ago, this was a true small coffee. Now we look at this and we go, oh my goodness, we're used to these great big travel mug things. But this is a typical little 50-cent cup of coffee in some little miserable styrofoam cup. I didn't know they still made them. But anyway, let me have a sip. You have a sip. You ready? Let's do it at the same time. And we're now off to a tiny little, I don't know that it's that tiny, but it's small. It's a little village called Columbia, and it sits right along the Susquehanna River. It's very picturesque. And there are about 2 or 3 big old warehouses in there filled with antiques. I hope the sun stays out and warms up some of this damp chill, but it doesn't matter because we've got lots of antiques to look at. So we shall talk no longer. Another sip of coffee and we're off antiquing. Let's go. The first stop in Columbia, the Burning Bridge Antiques Market. Let's just hope they don't burn the bridge until I get back to Philly. Well, I'm the first one in. They just opened up, and look at this pressed tin ceiling. This must have been a wonderful store at one point around the turn of the century when this building was first built. You can see it's huge. And the pressed tin ceilings and the oak columns and everything, and this beautiful old hardwood floor. So there are 3 floors to this place. As you can see, there's the downstairs. And then you go up those stairs right there, and there's even more. I have a feeling I'm going to be here for about 3 hours, at least. And I'll try to do as much filming as I can to give you an idea. But driving into Columbia, because usually I come in off the highway, but today I snaked my way through the city itself. It's actually a much larger area, as I said, than I had remembered. So there's going to be so much to look at, and let's get started.
もの男はみんなスマートのバッテンボー恋は楽し
Well, I've just come downstairs where the music is not quite as loud. There's going to be some voiceovers in this video. But let's take a look at this magazine rack, this wall magazine rack. These were popular around the turn of the century, and this one is absolutely beautiful. There's a chain here, and what happens is it's expandable, so you hang this on the wall, and you angle this out. It's held in place by the chain, and then you can slide magazines or newspapers back there. But look at the prints. Here's a fruit on the front, and a wonderful woman there, Edwardian sort of era woman. This is kind of an emission style, the frame, and it's $165. And this says vendor 444 is 20% off. Look at all this wacky, tacky, wonderful mid-century stuff. 1960s and 50s, and just, you can tell this person really has a good time collecting in their particular area. So let's see. You know, it's a little bit outside of my realm. Some mugs there from the 1970s. And some 1950s, 60s wall art. I just don't know what to look at first because look here. Here's that little tuna fish. Oh, what is he? Chicken of the sea. I forget his name in the commercial. I know you're all screaming it, but I can't remember it. Look at that pheasant down there. I don't know how much he is. Yeah, we're down in the basement, so you're looking at the old stone walls there. Oh my goodness. $22. You know, I had to go to the Depression glass. $22 for that. And then there's some more mid-century glass over here that you might like to see. Okay. Let's go this way. I recognize that as an old Victrola cabinet, but it's probably been gutted. Okay, there's where the records go, and this is where the horn speaker would be. Yeah, kind of dark. I bet you can't see it. Yeah, basement level. I only looked at about half of the first floor, and I haven't even headed upstairs yet. So now I'm getting up to where the loudspeaker is, and I'll probably take my commentary off of the speaker and do a voiceover now. Well, I'll tell you, as soon as I laid eyes on this woman, I knew exactly who she was. Thanks to my father. That's poor old Ida McKinley. Now, how in the heck would I know that? Well, when I was a boy growing up, my father loved presidential history, and his den office at home was filled with books and pictures and memorabilia and all kinds of historical items from the presidents. And so I kind of grew up knowing who all these people were and what they looked like. I don't know if that was made after President McKinley was assassinated. It's kind of hard to tell. Poor old Ida McKinley was a sickly, frail woman, but she lived many years after the death of her husband, after his assassination. I think it was in 1901. So now, walking around, looking at some mid-century things, here is a wonderful old Art Deco chrome cream and sugar for $20. I did not buy this set because later on I find some even better, a better example, which I won't show you today. This is the last of my Lancaster videos. This is part 3. I will be back in a day or two to show you what I bought to keep and to sell. And I would highly recommend, if you come to visit the area, that you spend 2 or 3 days and enjoy the history and the beauty of the county. You can visit President Buchanan's home Wheatland, I believe is the name of it. It's been years since I've been there, but it's a lovely museum. There's also an Amish farm, a Amish farm museum, which you can attend, which you can see. And there's touristy things, of course. There's Dutch Wonderland, which is a child's theme park. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. And there are outlets and honky-tonk things, but it's a lovely area, and I think you would enjoy yourself if you came and spend several days. There's so much to see and do. Now let's go upstairs. Okay, I've moved from the basement to the main floor, which I haven't seen all of it yet. Now I'm heading upstairs to the second floor, but it's actually the third floor if you count the basement as well. And I've already found some wonderful things, and as usual, I don't always show you everything because I want you to come back again and see what I found in a later video. So I really don't know where to begin up here. Let me make sure I'm in focus. Ooh, 15% off. I like the sound of that. Let's have you see a little bit of the village here, out the window. The Susquehanna River is right on the other side of that street there, 3rd Street, I think it is, on which you can't see. Look at this old wavy glass. Columbia, Pennsylvania, in case you're interested, is where we are today. Okay, oil cans. And thus and such. Well, if you're very observant, you can tell I've moved on to another location just around the corner from that old hardware store. And I did inquire. It was a hardware store for over 100 years. The Burning Bridge Antiques. And now I am at, I believe this is called Toll Booth. Look at the tall case clock. I wonder what old Pennsylvania home that thing sat in. $695. 1850s Empire style clock needs some repairs. And I'm sure it does. Some Victorian furniture with a needlepoint seat. And look at this. This is going to date to the 1920s, and look at the painted glass on the top of this. This is a little end table, which could be a radio table as well. This is where you would put your books. Let's see what it says. Walnut twisted leg ashtray table insert of glass may come out $95. Here's the drawer, a little drawer under here. Well, no, wait a minute. Ah, and look at that. There's the ashtray. Look at that. So you can sit here, listen to the radio, and tap your pipe out right there. And the glass is the same as on the top. 1920s. Very, very modern. Little smoke, little end table there. That's nice. Very nice. Rockabye baby. $95. If you come here, wear your long underwear. It's chilly. I imagine it would feel good in here in the summertime. It might be really hot, but right now it's kind of chilly in here. Look at this. Look at that. The mother and the baby. I need you to have a closer look at this table now that I've stepped away from it. Isn't that smart? With that glass top. My camera is jiggling. No, I'm not nervous. It's just that trying to make the picture large and small. It kind of jiggles a little bit when you do that. I see a tabletop Victrola over there. We're going to take a look at that. Here's a marble top table. And a chair with barley twist. And look at this great big old corner cabinet. And it is large cherry corner cabinet, 1800s, $875. What a bargain. This is the time, folks. If you want quality old American furniture, it'll last a lifetime. Look at that incredible thing back there. You know the price of that? $2,500. Of course, can you see me trying to lug that up 8 flights? Of course, that will come apart. It's modular. But yeah, you got to have the right decor. You have the right style of home and whatnot, I suppose. And great big old chair. A domed trunk. All right, let's see. I want to look at this. The Victrola, which has, please don't handle if you don't know how. It will break, okay? Well, I know how, but I won't handle it. It's $95. And, something is a little fishy about that because I think that has been monkeyed with. Got some veneer issues there. Now, speaking of Art Deco blue glass, I think we looked at one of these before, maybe a year ago. This one is $65 and it says Deco blue glass rectangular table with 2 hidden compartments. Can you figure out where they are? Well, if you come over here, there's no indication, there's no hardware here, there's no indication that anything would really open or close. But if we just push on the right spot, not that spot. Well, wait a minute. Okay, I was right the first time. There we go, there's your liquor bottles. Or whatever else you want to hide in there. So, these were not made during Prohibition with the idea of hiding your liquor bottles. These were made after 1933 and Prohibition was over. So you could keep your liquor out if you wanted to. That's one of the first things FDR did in 1933 was to repeal the Volstead Act. Here's a Victor, $225. That's a Victor 14 model, which was a nice middle-of-the-road model. Nickel-plated, of course. That's a nice Victrola. And bird's eye maple. Bedroom furniture. Circa 1915 into the 20s. It's the whole thing. It's all there. That's nice. Obscure relics. Ooh. To the basement. Ah, this looks like it's going to be good. Ooh, actually, I want to go up there, but I'm not allowed. These wonderful old buildings are just the best places, aren't they? All right, you're going to see me in this mirror over here. Get ready to say hello. We'll say hello to each other. Hello. Hello. Can you see me? Okay. Hold on to the staircase. Oh my goodness, look at this mannequin. Wow. You're going to have to eat a black jelly bean every time I say wow. Or take a sip of your Irish coffee, either way. Oh my gosh. You're just going to have to come visit. You're simply going to have to come to Lancaster County to see all of this. Hello. Hello. Oh my. Are you kidding? I haven't even... You've got to be kidding. Look at this. Oh, it's dark. Wait a minute. This is just... It's massively overwhelming. I'm going to have to sit down and eat a piece of fruit and regain my strength. I'm going to be here all day. Well, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that I just restored a chrome-plated lamp from the 1930s. But this is another one here. And I just want to show you because it's similar to the chrome lamp that I restored, and this is sort of the condition that it was in when I got it. Not quite as oxidized as this, but you can see there, and that's what I spent hours with steel wool restoring the finish on it and cleaning it and polishing it. And you can see here, see there the old silk cord and the old plug, and that even has a really old shade on it. Yes, indeed. No, I do not want to restore another one. No, I don't. No, 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 no. I wonder how many Stars and Stripes that thing played. How many Sousa marches. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to back out of here without... I'm still here in this massive place. You're going to have to come to Eastern Pennsylvania and just experience all of this for yourself. You have to. Okay, I am packing it up and heading to the next destination. I just left so that we can keep this straight here. Toll Booth Antiques, which is this great big warehouse, and it's right around the corner from Burning Bridge, right here in Columbia. So the second floor is not open, the ground floor is, and there's a full basement. And then that whole wing there. I didn't film as much in there as I wanted to. It was almost so overwhelming, and I've never been here before. So I really wanted to enjoy the shopping, which I did, and I bought some things, and I'll show you later on. But one of the things I bought that I am going to be restoring to sell is this wonderful 1930s percolator here. You know how I do clean these up and get them working really well. The ladies inside were very nice. They gave me a hot cup of coffee, which is steaming. Can you see that? And then I'll be getting this cleaned up, and eventually that'll be for sale in the old curiosity shop. So you can make coffee just like they did in 1932. Okay, they said I could leave my truck here and walk to the next destination, so let's do it. Take a look at this wonderful handmade, really a lap blanket, or the kind of a blanket that could just go draped over the bottom of a bed, you know, down at the bottom of a bed, made from old bath towels from the 1930s and 40s. Yeah, that's the way these towels were in those days. It's not upholstery material, so it's not rough, you know, like mohair would be. And it's got a backing on it. And it's in good condition. I'm going to wash it, although it's not that dirty, but of course I'll wash it. And I haven't measured it, but that would run the whole length of a king-size bed, I'm sorry, double bed, and could hang over the either side at the bottom of the bed. You know the way you drape an Afghan over the bottom of a bed. So 1930s and 40s bath towels. I love it. The Lincoln Highway, the country's first coast-to-coast highway, was established in 1913 by the Lincoln Highway Association. You know what? It's so windy you probably can't even hear me. I'll take a picture of that and show it to you later. That's the bridge crossing the beautiful Susquehanna River into whatever that county is on the other side.
Ain't she great? She's something you'll appreciate. I'm sure you understand just what I mean. Everybody, everywhere is falling for her now. I'm talking about the new Ford, and boy, it's sure a wow. Lay off, people, lay off.
Well, you literally step out of one building and look at the ghost painting on the top there. It says Myers Machine Company something something. I can't read all of it, but that's what the old building is. So that's the antique store. This is the corner of Bridge and 2nd Street here in Old Columbia, and all we have to do is walk down here towards the Susquehanna River. That's the bridge there leading over the river into whatever the county is on that side. That's how you get to Harrisburg, the capital. And so we have that. What's this here? Keystone Artesian Works. And then down there is the Bootleg Antique Shop. You can see that great big old thing. I can't wait to get inside. This is the third shop of the day. Well, judging from the outside of this building, we're gonna have a good time in here. It looks super fantastic. And look at how the sun has come out, and it's turned out to be a really nice day. Breezy and cool, very nice. Okay, so let's get on inside. Bootleg Antiques and Oddities. Well, if you hear that strange industrial noise, this old building is connected to some type of a factory or a mill or something. I'm gonna have to find out what's going on the other side of that wall. But I love that sound. Oh, drat, it just stopped. There it is again. Look at these radio headphones. I was told by the folks who run this shop, we're right next door to the Lancaster Container Company. And what you hear is some type of sheet metal with containers being stamped out, you know, with a die, some great big industrial machinery over there. They own this whole complex. And the factory is just on the opposite side of this wall. And that's what we hear, is that wonderful machinery over there. I'm not sure what kind of containers they're stamping out, buckets or something, some such thing.
It's only a faded photograph, a tintype of long ago. I know it's old-fashioned, but please don't laugh. I love that picture so. If I just could hear that voice again, oh gee, would I feel so glad. For the face in that faded photograph is the best pal that I ever had.
Okay, having just parked, it looks like this will be the last stop for the day. No, I don't know how many floors this joint has. I think it's called Banks Street Antiques or some such thing. I'll try to remember to tell you when I finish up. So let's go in here and enjoy ourselves. Well, this little section is almost set up like an old-fashioned country store, and it appears as though they specialize in old tins. So let's just go through, and I don't really want to pick things up and look at prices. Community coffee, look at that one from the 30s. Dutch brand, worthwhile hotel coffee. Golden Temple tea. If I see anything that's just screaming Art Deco, I'm going to have to get it. Look at that one. That's nice. I bet this is $35. Oh, it's $45. Yeah, I knew they were going to be expensive. Oh, they just turned on the music. Old tins can be very pricey. Look at this one. Baking powder. $35. Well, but obviously this is a specialist. I mean, this person knows their tins, no doubt. Look at that bed back there. Now, there wasn't any music playing, and as soon as I started speaking, the radio went on. So I'll just keep talking. My goodness, look at all of these tins. Lipton iced tea, look at that. My goodness, this is a store advertising piece, I guess. My goodness. In my experience, when you go to an antique destination town, such as Columbia, where I am now, and to an extent Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and Adamstown, if you're coming to buy to resell, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe the prices. But you've got old-timey dealers here that have been in this business their whole, 30, 40 years, and they're very savvy about what they're selling. And in many cases, you're going to find great quality in stores like this. But items are going to be priced as you would expect to see in a fine antique store. Now, sort of the little mom and pop antique malls in little towns scattered here and there. It's not that you don't have professional dealers. I don't mean to say that at all. I just mean to say that here in an area that is known to attract tourists and antique collectors, you may find prices a little bit higher than you might have expected. So I understand that when I come to an area like this. It doesn't disappoint me at all, because I'm often looking for things to add to my own collections. And every once in a while, you just, you do find something. They call it a sleeper in the trade. That's an item that maybe the dealer got an awesome price and they're passing that savings along. That does happen. Lots of very nice things here.